Hi guys, like Dr. Clay Ballard here, and today we're going to talk about the differences in ways to generate club head speed. So there's two main differences I see in good players and the way that they generate club head speed. We're going to talk about which one's better for you and the advantages and disadvantages of each way. Now here on the left I have Dustin Johnson, who is someone I would call a shoulder spinner. Very aggressive with the body, swings at the ball very, very hard, and goes very aggressively through impact. Whereas on the right I have Tiger Woods, who releases the club in a much more natural way, lets himself get distance through rotation of the club head, which is much more repeatable. So let's go over these changes here. Now in the backswing, what you'll notice is that Dustin Johnson, and you'll see this with all shoulder spinners, all very aggressive body spinners, they have to get this face shut one way or another at the top of the swing so that they can rotate very aggressively and not have to worry about trying to let the club head release at all or to rotate at all. So they're going to spin their body very, very hard. They got to shut the club face, or if they don't do that, then they're going to block it way to the right, and they're going to hit a lot of poor shots to the right. So if we look at his left wrist here, and we look at the club face, so this is the club face, this top line. I've drawn this, the angle of the club face as he's going back. This is the left wrist. On plane, or what's traditionally called on plane, would be on this left arm. So his club face and his wrist should both be on that red line that's on his left arm, so you can see that he's very, very shut in relationship to that. So as he's at the top, the left arm would be on plane if these were matching. The club face is roughly, I guess he's about 60 degrees shut or so. He's about 60 degrees closed. He's doing this to preset his arms in a position to where he can rotate very aggressively through the shot. So on the downswing, let's take a look at what he does here, and he rotates the body very aggressively. You can see at impact, shoulders are way open, hips are way open, right foot's coming off the ground, and he's rotating through with a lot of force. Now, the key to being able to do this, and I've mentioned this a lot before, we don't advise this on the rotary swing, because you have to be very big, very strong, and very fast to generate club head speed this way. Dustin Johnson can slam dunk a basketball. He can throw a baseball pretty daggone hard. You can see that, on his TaylorMade commercial when you watch him. If you're not a tall, fast, very strong person, you're not going to be able to generate club head speed this way. So if you can only throw a baseball 50 or 60 miles an hour, and you can only touch the net playing basketball, the only option for you to get good club head speed is the way that Tiger's doing it, and that's through rotation. It takes a lot less muscular effort and allows you to create leverage and rotation of the club head to generate that same speed. So let's go ahead and compare these two at the top. So here's Tiger at the top of his backswing. Now you can see his left wrist is in this position. His left arm is basically matching that. His club face is maybe just a few degrees shut, but it's pretty close. Everything is right here on plane. Now, he can do this because he's not going to rotate on the downswing. He's going to release on the downswing. So we can see some big differences in those two as they go to the top. Let me rewind Dustin's here for a second. So you can see that club face again. There you go. So you can see the big differences in the club face position and arm positions at the top. Now let's watch halfway down. Let's see the differences in how they move their body. Now Tiger is going to be fairly relaxed as he starts down, and he's keeping his hands and arms and everything in front of his torso. So he's not rotating his body really, really aggressively. Let's go take Dustin to the same spot here. So as he starts down, he's ripping this body as hard as he can right away. And now you can see the major differences. So these are their hands are in the same position in the downswing. Dustin's shoulders are almost square to the ball. Tiger's are well closed. And if you look at his hips, big difference in the hips. His hips are pointed way over here to the left already. And Tiger's are more square to the ball at this point. So Tiger's club, in relationship to his torso, is much more in front. His hands and arms and the club are all much more in front of his body, which is great so that you won't block the ball. And I see this in better players a lot of times. They want to rip the body pretty fast like Dustin's doing, and then they're going to get stuck. You definitely see it coming down. Now look how his body, we'll go a little farther down here. His torso and chest is way open. It's pointing out here toward the grass somewhere. And his hips are definitely pointing way to the left now. And his club head is still well behind his body. So this is block city. You're asking to block the ball because you won't be able to release the club in time. Whereas if you release it like Tiger, now your arms are working back in front of your body, and you're in great shape to hit a lot of really consistent shots. So at impact, last position we'll look at here is Tiger's shoulders are square to the ball, his hips are open, so he's rotate his body. I'm not saying that you want to take out all rotation of your body. I'm saying that there's a good balance. We can't overdo this. If we look at Dustin's at impact, big differences here. Shoulders are way open, hips are way open, and then the club, at impact also. So the big key to take away from this is it even possible for you to generate clubhead speed like Dustin Johnson? And if you're not big, strong, and fast, can throw a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, it's really not going to be possible to do this. As you get older, it's not going to be possible to generate clubhead speed like this. If you want to generate good clubhead speed as you get older and be able to hit the ball a long way for your entire career, this is the way to do it, and it's all about learning how to use your body and releasing the club effectively. So now let's go to face on. I'm going to show you a face on view, and we'll talk about exactly what they do with the hands and wrists to allow them to release the club a little bit differently, to allow Tiger to use less body, and to allow Dustin to use a lot more body without blocking it way to the right or snap hooking it. Okay, so if you guys watched last week's Boo Weekly analysis, we're going to be talking about the very similar things here, very similar in what they're doing with their release, Dustin Johnson and Tiger Woods. So Dustin's already got a stronger grip. That's going to help him to close the face more, to get that club face really close so that he can rotate his body, and he won't have to worry about squaring up the face. Again, that's a lot to time up. You're going to have to close the face the right amount. You're going to have to rotate your body the right amount. There's a lot of things that could go wrong with that. So we can see his hand is already very closed. As he starts to come into the downswing, you're going to notice that his wrist is in a probably pretty similar position to what you'll see Tiger here, but that club face is already a little bit more closed because he's got a stronger grip. So let's go ahead and take Tiger to the same position, and you're going to notice that, as I mentioned, they're in a pretty similar position here, but since Dustin, look at his shoulders, how much more they've rotated through, and his body's spinning so much more aggressively than Tiger's. He doesn't have the time to let his hands release. He's moving through too fast. He can let the club release, but he can't let his hands rotate as much. So as Dustin comes through to impact, you see his hand is wide open still pointing out toward us, whereas Tiger, as he comes through, is letting his hand rotate. Now he's at impact, and his grip here is facing the target, whereas Dustin's is pointing a little bit more out here to the right. So if you're going to be a body spinner, if you're going to rotate very quickly and aggressively, it's going to put a lot more strain on your body. You're going to have to time up or kind of sync up how much to close your grip, how much to rotate your body. A lot of flying parts, a lot of moving pieces that you're going to have to time up. Plus, when you get older, it's going to be tough to hit the ball far. If you learn to use your body correctly and to release this club head, to let this club head rotate coming through and get speed. So watch the back of Tiger's left hand here. He's going to let this club rotate by slowing down the hands, slowing down the body, and letting it whip through impact, which is actually incredibly consistent because your club's always going to naturally release under your left shoulder, which will be the same point every time. If you learn to do this, you can hit it very far for your entire golf career with less strain on your body and less timing, less manipulations. Alright, so if you want to learn to do this, there's a great video that goes over this step by step. It's going to take you all the way through impact, and it's going to give you a series of drills that you can work on at home. It's going to show you how to check them on camera. Fantastic drill to help you to be able to release the club efficiently and stop using so much body and start using leverage to your advantage. Start getting club head speed the easy way. And it's called the 5 minutes to the perfect release. It's right here in this red box. Click this red box. It'll take you straight to that video. You'll be able to watch it for free when you sign up for your free Rotary Swing membership. Or if you're on a mobile device right now, you're going to need to scroll down to the description. Go ahead and click on the description there, and it'll take you to the same video. There's a link in the description. So look forward to seeing you guys much more in the future. I look forward to seeing you on the website. Good luck with your release. Good luck with easier distance with less strain on your body. Now it's time to take action. Don't let another year pass and still be frustrated with your golf game. This is your year to beat all of your friends. Go to the description below and click the link to sign up for your free membership. It will never cost you a dime, and you'll receive over 2.5 hours of detailed, eye-opening video lessons. Plus, you will be able to see the remainder of this video, only available if you click the link on this particular video. Be the first of your friends to join our 40,000 plus free members. We look forward to having you on our team.